Talk, KYRO. Every day that ends in Y, awesome wrestling going on all around the world. And myself, superfan Tim Williams, maybe even HD Daniels, our resident referee, Mr. 123, yeet. He's in there as well, and we're discussing what's going on in real time. So anytime that you guys want to jump in with us, hey, you are more than welcome to. And HD Daniels will put that link up in the Facebook chat room here very, very soon as well. The more, the merrier, as we like to say here at the radio station. All right, all day, Aden Riley. Have you recovered from everything that happened last night, though? That's the real question.
Yeah, I guess so. Got to be as good as I can be, right, on a Sunday?
Well, I mean, a lot going on last night, my friend. You know, as I do each show, and as you know, in the back, I'm conducting interviews with a lot of the guys and the gals that are performing on the show. And, coming up on World League Wrestling Showdown and on the Facebook page, you'll see interviews with the astonishing one, Austin Molitalo, and one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions, also one half of the King's Legacy, Trevor Murdoch. An interview I did with the Deliverer Moses. Self-proclaimed, pound for pound, the strongest man in World League Wrestling, Tobias Storm, and he had some poignant words to say last night. Situations going on with Drew Shields, had a discussion with him, and also the Wild Man, Jeff Wild. Joe Jackson, did an interview with him as well. And then, we get to the one that I really want to talk about with you, young Mr. Aden. Superstar Steve and yourself coming in and doing an interview with me. And it was a strange situation, to say the least. He was questioning where Big Mike was. I mean, I asked you at the very beginning where Big Mike was, and you didn't really want to answer that question. And I kind of get it. You keep keeping things close to the vest and not letting your opponents know exactly what's going on, because as we've said on this show many times before, the numbers game sometimes wins the battles for you. But Superstar, strong words for not only Big Mike, but yourself as well.
Yeah, the thing is, I think the tensions were high last night. We both, we'll talk about it. We both, unfortunately, didn't come up on the winning side, if you would say. And I think tensions got the best of us. We've had some rough patches, and I think soon we'll be we're gonna turn it around, put it all together, and we're gonna get back to our dominant ways here very shortly.
Well, I mean, yeah, and yes, you're correct. We are going to get into everything that happened last night. And as you said, you both kind of took an L with the things that were going on. But it's not just last night. Unfortunately for you guys, for the Devils of War, you guys have been on a bit of a losing streak as of late.
Yeah, Sarge, I like I said last night, we gotta watch that tone, because we're winners. We're not losers. We're not punks. We're winners. We're champions. Best of the best, Sarge. Come on now.
Hey, I'm not saying you're losers. If Superfan Tim here was here, I mean, I'm sure that he would be saying something completely different. But, as we know, he loves to poke the bear all the time. But, I have also said on this show many a times that since yourself and Big Mike have come under the tutelage of Superstar Steve, your game has really progressed. and gotten to that next level, surpassed that next level, and we even went to the next level above that. I mean, you guys are now former NWA World League Tag Team Champions. You know, nobody saw that coming. You guys defeated a really good team in the Blazing Guns. So, I mean, granted, you guys have had some losses, but at the same time, you guys have had a heck of a last, 12 months.
Well, right. I mean, you notice the thing is, Sarge, is last night was my first singles loss in a very long time. And not only to mention that, Mike and I, we lost our titles to two World League Wrestling originals, OGs and legends. So, you know what? You can say whatever you want, but if it had to take two World League Wrestling original legends to beat us, then you know just how dominant of a run that we had was.
Well, it also wasn't just two legends that you guys lost to. I mean, at that match in Fayette, Missouri at Central Methodist University, it was a no disqualifications, falls count anywhere type of match. And I'm going to be honest about it, you guys were kind of just thrown into that at the last minute.
Well, yeah, you didn't agree to none of that. I mean, you were there, you listened to what I had to say. We didn't accept it. We weren't approved of that. We had no idea until we got there that's what basically what had to happen. And I'm still to this day, like, the thing is I'm so mad that I don't know why and I don't know how, but we did not have a rematch clause at all.
Well, I guess that's one of those things that you've got to, with those type of situations, I guess and I don't want to call it a pun or a cliche, but reading the fine print is always prevalent in those type of situations. And if it's not there, maybe not sign the contract,
Yeah, I understand, but we're champions. We deserve a rematch that we never got.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but then also at the same time, and I'm just gonna tell it like it is. Me. Tobias Storm also had a hand in you guys losing those tag team championships, and he's quite happy about it.
Oh yeah. We're seen as the bad guys, but yet Tobias has to stick his nose in our match and basically make us lose the titles. I'm sorry, but I don't like that at all, and I hope that down the road I get a chance to go after Tobias because I'm going to break him.
And then to add salt to the injury, to the wound, as they say, salt to the wound, hit Tobias Storm and his tag team partner, Calvin Aldridge, are the ones that when you guys were up against them in that number one contendership match, they got the W in that one, but unfortunately for Big Mike Maverick, he lost his hair because of it. So it seems like for the Devils of War, it's been piling up on you guys.
Yeah, even the greatest of civilizations went through some down patches. The great empires, they got took to their knees a little bit, but we're gonna rise from the ashes, and we're gonna come back stronger and faster and better than ever. And there's gonna be a Devils of War 2.0 that you guys are gonna be scared of.
Wow. Real quick on the Facebook chat room, Mr. Herb Simmons, promoter and owner of SICWN, saying good morning to everyone, and good morning to you, good sir. We hope that the Fan Fest from last weekend for SICW went well, and from what I'm hearing, it really went quite well last weekend. We'd love to hear all about it. Now, let's go ahead and jump in, because also the monstrous one, Mike Maverick, in the chat room wanting to know, So we'll just go ahead and start jumping into all these different matches. But real quick, before we get there, we do have now our my co-host
Hello.
HD Daniels on the mic. How are you this morning, my friend?
I'm here.
Are we calmed down
We're calmed
a
down.
little bit? Running around, getting everything up and running, and I appreciate you
Yep.
for getting that YouTube feed up and going. You know, last night, Jay Pierce, and you've had a match or two, and have trained with Jay Pierce there at the Race Wrestling Arena as well, all day Aden Riley. He was going up against the Deliverer Moses. Your thoughts on Jay Pierce first, of how he's been progressing since he graduated from the Race Wrestling Arena?
Well, he's getting a lot better. You can tell that each match he's in, and he's getting better and better and better by the match. The only thing is that, I mean, he clearly was, pit against probably one of the, I'd say the biggest stars right now in the World League, and Moses is on a tear. He's like a locomotive train. You better get out of his way, because I don't know what he's going after. I don't know who he's going after, or what he's just trying to clean house or whatever. But I'm just gonna let him do his thing. But it's one of those things where Julian ran into a locomotive train, and he tried his best, and unfortunately Moses got the best of him, and Moses had to deliver.
Well, and you're right. The Deliverer Moses coming out with that victory on Jay Pierce, and it seems that the Deliverer, he's still got a major chip on his shoulder as well, and I know you see it in the back and everywhere else that's going up, that the Deliverer is showing up, whether it be in the back or out in the ring.
Yeah, I heard him yelling back there, and I don't quite know who he was yelling at or what he was yelling about.
Well, I will let the cat out of the bag on that one here in just a little bit, because it's very interesting what happened with the Deliverer Moses in the back. And now we get to the match that the monstrous one, Mike Maverick, wants to know all about. Yourself, all day Aden Riley, taking on one of the more recent graduates of the Race Wrestling Academy, young Mr. Joseph Jackson. Your thoughts real quick on that one?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep it pretty kind of simple. The thing about Joe Jackson is I completely dominated him. I beat the crap out of him. You saw it. HD saw it. The crowd saw it. I mean, it was nothing but short of an annihilation of Joe Jackson. And just that little rat, just out of nowhere, when I was going in, because if I would have hit that, oh man, if I would have hit that massive splash that I was going to hit him with to end the match, it would have been over with. And he got out of the way right at the last second, and then he rolled me up, and I tried to roll back out of it, and then he rolled me right back up and stole a win. Stole it. Absolutely. And if HD was in on the ball, he would have known that Joe stole it. Absolutely. He cheated, and he knows it.
Well, HD Daniels was the referee for that particular match. Your thoughts on what was going on?
I saw no thievery, no stealing. Everything was fair and square.
Stole it. Cheater.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about this real quick, though. I asked you in that interview, where was the monstrous one, Mike Maverick? And you told me that he was off doing things, but do you think, and not to stir the pot or anything, because that's not what I'm all about, but I've got to ask the hard questions here, and one of those hard questions is, if Big Mike would have been there, if the monstrous one would have been there, or heck, even Superstar Steve in your corner, the numbers game. The numbers game might have turned that around yet again for you guys.
Yeah, I understand, but I don't want to rely on having other people help me win because I'm good. I'm the best. I'm strong. I'm awesome. I mean, I look good. I mean, I don't know what else more I have to do besides actually not get cheated out of a victory because that's exactly what happened. Because Joe knew he just knew how to cheat and he did. Y'all need to watch him. AC, to watch him closer because that dude is a cheater. I am proclaiming on record on this radio station on May 17th of 2026 that I, Aden Riley, have never cheated in my entire career.
Wow. That's a strong statement there. H.D. Daniels, what do you think? What do you think about that statement?
I think it's a statement. He said the words, whether it's true or not. The history books.
Well, with that statement, we are up against our very first break here in the first hour of Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We'll go ahead and take it. It's only 59 seconds long, and when we get back, we'll continue talking about Collision Course that happened last night at the Race Wrestling Arena. All of that right after this.
King Scott here, and I'm with John Lang, owner of Mountaintop Motor Company. John, tell us about the latest sales you guys have going on.
Yeah, for some reason that was echoing really bad, but this one's not.
No problem. No quote unquote sale going on
Crazy.
in our place. And you know why? Why? Because usually those sales promotion to other dealers.
I'm wondering if the wiring is
Most
broken.
of the time they're robbing Peter to pay Paul somewhere, and we don't play those games in Mountaintop. We're not about sales, we're about true savings. I like that. No sales, just savings. You're saying come in, check out the inventory, and you guys will prove that your pricing is always super competitive. Correct. We've got so much great inventory in the lot right now. Many vehicles starting at $15,000 or lower, and with our great prices, we're confident we can get you set up the right way. You heard it. Great pricing, great inventory, great people to work with, and there's a reason Mountaintop Motor Company has over 1,000 five-star reviews. Please don't settle for just any dealership. Aim higher and go visit the good guys in Troy. MountaintopMotors.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
Well, welcome back. Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are live inside the Gateway Fiber studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. We are also live on our Facebook stream, our YouTube channel as well. All you got to do is type in Uncensored Wrestling Talk and you will find it very easily. You can interact with us now in the chat rooms for both of those streams. We will see exactly what you've got to say and let the world know what you're thinking. You know, H.D. Daniels, my friend, we're also on X.
We're on X at UW Talk KYRO.
And we've got a Discord channel.
I'm going to post the link to our Uncensored Wrestling Talk Show Discord in Facebook.
Very cool. Very cool.
Join the Discord.
Absolutely. You know, as I said before, every day that ends in Y, there's a wrestling event going on. And there's a lot of times where myself or Superfan or H.D. Daniels or a combination or all of us are in there conversing about what's going on real time, and you can join in on those conversations right along with us. And you know, I think next Sunday, H.D. Daniels, Sunday night, it'll be AEW's Double or Nothing, and I'm thinking maybe we do a little bit of like a watch along, like we did, you know, the last time
We
a
certainly
couple
can.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
In the voice channel.
Sure, yeah.
On Discord.
Let's do it.
Okay, sounds good. We will go ahead and plan that. Let's get back to Collision Course. Of course, we've got all day Aden Riley on the phone with us, who participated in that event last night. He is 1/3 of the Devils of War, and yes, even though they are having some issues, the Devils of War, they are looking to get back in that winning column. And I think from last night's interview, All Day Aden Riley, that I conducted with yourself and Superstar Steve, I think there's it kind of seemed like to me that a little bit of a fire was lit under you last night.
Well, you know, you gotta go through the low valley to get to the high peaks. You know what I mean? We got
Sure.
the high peaks. We got cheated out of our titles. We got cheated out of our number one contendership. And, you know, we're just climbing back up. We're climbing back up. And as soon as Mike gets back, I don't know where I don't know, I'll be a little honest, I don't know where he was. He's not answering any of my calls. But when he comes back, and when Steve gets back, we're gonna gel together like super glue, and we're gonna just skyrocket way to the top. No one's gonna stop us.
Okay. We'll see what happens in the future, in the very near
Do you
future.
think there's room for reconciliation, sir, with your tag partner?
I mean, hey, I don't think there's any really friction there. I think, you know, some things happen, and you know, it's like having a toxic girlfriend kind of thing, you know, like you know, you have some times where you're like, okay, you know, I don't want to see that person for a little while, but you know what I mean, like me and Mike, we work together. We're like peanut butter and jelly, you know what I mean, like.
Which one's the toxic girlfriend?
Oof.
Well, it was an analogy, HG. Come on. Let's not think too much into this, okay? This is a wrestling show. This is not about anything else.
All day, I think HD Daniels is trying to take the role of superfan Tim
Somebody has
Williams
to.
and trying to poke the bear a little bit. Ooh, I think we should just leave that to superfan. HD.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Yeah, next weekend we will have superfan Tim Williams back in the studio with us, along with young Miss Erin Morris, and of course HD Daniels and myself. And we will go over AEW's Double or Nothing for that night. That's good. That's an interesting card. That's shaping up to be a pretty doggone pay-per-view, I think.
I'm very excited about anything AEW lately. It's the
Yeah.
best alternative on
Absolutely.
television.
Well, of the mainstreams, yes.
Yes.
I would agree.
I know just what went through your mind.
Yes. Yes. Of course, I'm thinking about WLW
Yes, you
Showdown. You know, I'm biased. What can I say?
So am I suppose. I should watch myself.
Now, speaking of WLW Showdown, which you can see on the YouTube channel World League Wrestling, also many different TV stations from Houston all the way up to Boston, Massachusetts, to include Columbia, Missouri, and St. Joseph, Missouri as well. Regarding that show, we have got a huge announcement to make
Groundbreaking.
next weekend here on the show. And yes, HD Daniels, it is absolutely 1,000,000% groundbreaking. It's history in the making, and it's about to go down, and
It's
I
called
cannot
a tease.
wait. I cannot wait. It is going to be cool. Well, let's get back to Collision Course from last night at the Race Wrestling Arena. After the match between All Day Aden Riley and young Mr. Joseph Jackson, who did, you know, squeak out a win against Aden Riley, I had an interview with Cameron Brennan, HD Daniels, and All Day Aden Riley. Was you able to be watching the monitors in the back when we were conducting that?
While the shows are going on, I can only catch glimpses of what's going on. So I can comment on what I saw, but if I can elaborate or comment on your
Sure.
analysis, that would be fine.
So I introduced out the NWA World League Ladies Division Champion, Cameron Brennan. We were talking about what a great 6-month run that she has been having. And she has had a great 6-month run as the Ladies Division Champion. She has faced the likes of Shooter Silent and Sophia Rose, and even the spawn of Khan, Lilith Khan, on several different occasions. And, you know, with at least 2 of those 3 ladies that I just mentioned, you know, them going into those matches because, and I can understand where they're thinking it, they're bigger than her, they're stronger than her, and then also thinking that it's easy money. It's going to be an easy win. They're going to be the champion afterwards. But every single time, Cameron Bernay is able to persevere through the storm at the
Yes.
beginning of those matches and come out as a victor each and every time.
Cameron Bernay has that hero spirit that overcomes adversity. Every title match she's had thus far.
Absolutely. There's only that I can think of right now. There's only one match that we did not have a decision in, and that was at last month's event between Cameron Bernay and Sophia Rose. And this is what I was starting to bring up to Cameron to get her thoughts on it. We saw at the last event the debut of Hera.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, she's an evil one. She is an evil one. But last night, questioning Cameron Bernay about that event, the lights went out in the arena, and when they came back on a few moments later, there all of a sudden was standing Hera.
There she was.
There she was. My mouth dropped, my eyes got big, and I was like, oh, good Lord, we're in trouble.
You got to meet Hera.
Kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. And I tell you what, if I had the chance, because I didn't, the way was blocked in a way,
Yeah.
I would have ran for the hills. I really would have. She is a scary individual. My goodness. But as we're getting a stare down between Cameron Bernay and Hera, and Cameron was kind of like, what are you doing here? You know, all that kind of sort of thing. All of a sudden, from behind, the spawn of Khan, Lilith Khan, comes in and just starts wailing on Cameron Bernay. Man. And then, of course, Hera got involved a little bit on it. Lilith Khan bounced the head of Cameron Bernay off that announcer's table.
Oh no. Okay.
Took her to the ring at the request of Hera. Hera was pointing at her, not really telling her, just pointing at her. And it was almost if they were psychically connected or something. It was weird. It was just had that weird vibe to it. And they threw her into the ring. And the ending of it was Lilith Khan giving Cameron Bernay that double choke slam. My goodness. Cameron Bernay's hands are really full now.
They are.
I dare say she's in trouble.
Two monsters, I'll just say, coming after her.
Ooh. All day, Aden Riley, what were your thoughts when all that was transpiring?
Well, I tell you what, sounds like Cameron's got a massive target on her back.
Well, I mean, that's something that you can kind of relate to with being a former champion. Whenever you hold a championship belt, that target is that much bigger on you.
Yep, it's like a bunch of rats racing for cheese, you know what I mean? And you're the cheese.
You are the
I'm a big
cheese.
fat cheese. I'm like a Havarti. I'm like a smoked Gouda. You know what I mean?
You gotta love the sayings of all day in Riley sometimes. I gotta love it. But man, I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but I gotta imagine Cameron Bernay, she's got to be looking over her shoulder from now on. HD Daniels.
Yeah, when you appear out of nowhere, you look over your shoulder, you look underneath you, you look behind you, in front of you.
Look under the table. Look behind the chairs. Make sure that nobody's on the other side of the curtain. All kinds of different things you've got to do. Man, I don't know how she's going to be able to... I mean, like I said, Cameron Bernay has been able to persevere through everything up to this point. But last month, like I said, with the debut of Hera, I mean, she not only attacked Cameron Bernay at that moment and at that time, but she also attacked Sophia Rose. Man, it's a wild situation. And I extremely felt for Cameron Burnett last night. I wish I could have gotten involved, but you know what? I just,
You don't have good luck doing that.
no,
though.
I don't. I don't.
Don't
Stop
wish-
while I'm
Yeah,
ahead, right?
don't wish that upon yourself.
Man. Jaden Dominic Rose, the #1 contender to the NWA Junior or NWA World League Junior Heavyweight Championship, which of course is being held by the King, Raheem De La Suede. He took on Drew Shields, H.G. Daniels, with Jeff Wild in his corner.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that one?
I think Jeff Wild is doing his best to keep Drew on the true path of
Straight and narrow
straight
path.
and narrow path.
I tell you what.
Is it gonna work?
It seems like Drew Shields is just fighting this straight and narrow pathway every single inch of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. It's just a weird situation with that one. You know, he hasn't. It seems to me anyway. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems to me that he's not listening to everything that Jeff Wild is telling him.
He doesn't want to, for sure. And no, he's Drew Shields is trying to do his own thing, but Jeff is he's doing his best to keep Drew an honest man.
Going up against JDR last night, you know, there was a couple of times in that matchup that I thought, whoa, Drew Shields is about to pull off the upset. But you know that saying, you put your foot in your mouth, you kick yourself in your own backside, all those kind of things. It's kind of what happened last night with Drew Shields, kind of what's been going on with him for the last couple of months or so.
Sure.
There was even one point where he put Jeff Wild in between himself and JDR. And JDR don't play around. I mean, he didn't attack
Right.
Jeff Wild, of course, but he kept the fight going with Drew Shields. And unfortunately, Drew Shields coming up on the losing end of that side of the stick for him. But also at the same time, there's another one that I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here. You'll be able to see it on Showdown and on Facebook very, very soon. You know, I had an interview with Drew Shields last night. And I had an interview with Drew Shields the last time we were at the Race Wrestling Arena. That last time I'm doing the interview, Jeff Wild interrupts, and they had a little bit of a, I don't want to say a confrontation, but Jeff Wild just coming in and trying to just psych him up, you know, pick him back up from the ground and say, look, you know, you just got to keep going. You got to keep doing the right things. You know, as he said last night, you got to hydrate, you got to work hard, and things will fall into place eventually. Drew Shields doesn't, it seems like to me, he doesn't want to hear that anymore. He wants it right here, right now, and bypass all the hard work to get to it.
It makes me wonder what this relationship is all about. Why did Drew hire, or whatever their situation is, why is he working with Jeff Wild if he doesn't want to listen?
Well, I mean, it's a good question. That's a really good question.
He's probably got good advice.
And as the last time, last night, Jeff Wild also came in and interrupted again, and basically saying the same things over again. And when he left the interview set, Drew Shields saying, you know, I told him to do one thing, just one thing, and he won't do it. And then he turned around and walked away in a huff. So, I don't know. All day, Aden Riley, what's your thoughts on this situation going on between Drew Shields and the wild man, Jeff Wild? Because you've had interactions with both of these men.
Yeah, I think I think that dynamic. I unfortunately think it's like what is it? Oil and gasoline. I think is that analogy. I don't think, unfortunately, they're going to work. I just think Drew. I mean, I feel like I see a little bit of myself in Drew. He's loud. He's a talker. He's driven by results. He's not getting the results, and the last thing I would want is somebody in my ear telling me, "Oh, you gotta be good. You gotta, you can't, kick them in the face. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta take it easy." You're like, no, I don't think Drew's like that. I think Drew wants to stomp on your throat. You know what I mean? And put you down and put you away. But I think it's an opposite attraction kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you agree, though? And I know this is, well, I'm just gonna say it. Isn't there? Don't you believe that there's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things?
Yeah, I'd say so. But as long as you get the end result the same way, I think whichever path you take, you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, unfortunately for Drew Shields, the outcomes are not coming out the way that he's wanting them at the moment. And I got a feeling, I don't know, actually, Daniels, with that interview that I conducted last night and watching that match as it was going on last night, it seems to me that Drew Shields is very close, and maybe even on the verge of having a mental breakdown, of a snapping point coming. I'm afraid for one of his future opponents, to be quite honest.
Well, I'm afraid for Jeff Wild.
Oh.
Know what I mean?
Oh. We'll see. We will see what happens with that situation as we move forward because, also, next month, June the 13th, we've got Door to Destiny Rumble coming up. 20 participants in this one.
Yep.
The winner, of course, getting a shot at the NWA World League Heavyweight Champion. And, of course, right now, it is the Grand Regent, Camaro Jackson. I'm guessing here, but I got to imagine that Drew Shields is going to throw his hat into that one. And we'll see if he can come out with, because he's had a shot before.
Right.
Some would say that there was a couple of different occasions where he did kind of somewhat come close to defeating Camaro Jackson. Camaro Jackson proved in the end that he was too strong for young Drew Shields, but that's also got to weigh on his mind a little bit too, I think. That, through all these different things, he wants to hold gold badly.
Everyone should want to hold gold.
Sure.
His attitude is maybe catching the attention more so than some others, that he wants it maybe more than others. And he's willing to do what it takes.
Yeah. All right. We are at a stopping point here because we've got to take our second break of this very first hour of Uncensored Wrestling Talk. When we come back, we're going to talk about the second half. Hey, this is pretty good. The intermission happened at this point last night. We're taking our next intermission at this point. And when we come back, we'll be talking about the rest of what happened on Collision Course from the Race Wrestling Arena here in just a few minutes.
People are talking about Don Julio's Mexican Restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. Setting the standard for authentic Mexican food and great drinks. Carry out or dine in 7 days a week at both great locations. Stop in or order online for carryout at DonJuliosWinfield.com or DonJuliosTroy.com. Don Julio's Mexican Restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. And don't forget, buy one, get one free on Wednesday in Troy and on Monday in Winfield. That's Don Julio's Mexican Restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. Veteran owned and operated. Bringing great authentic Mexican food home to Lincoln County. Hasta pronto!
People's Bank and Trust is helping you get a grip on your finances with our new mobile
Still
banking
have not
service.
fixed it.
You can now manage your accounts, check balances,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
transfer
still
funds,
gotta do
and
it.
pay bills all from the palm of your hand.
Okay.
Visit us
Yeah,
online at
unfortunately.
pbtc.net for more information and to start using mobile banking.
Yep.
People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome to MegaNet. For slow internet, press 1. For indifferent customer service, press 2. For confusing pricing, press 3. For extremely long wait times, stay on the line. For 87th in line, 85th in line, 87th in line, 85th in line, 85th in line.
Where there was frustration, now there's satisfaction.
Hello, this is Helen at Gateway Fiber. How may I help you?
Isn't it time you refreshed your internet provider? For more information, visit gatewayfiber.com.
Quiver River Electric Cooperative members, summer is right around the corner. While you're busy planning those trips and backyard barbecues, we're busy making your life a little easier. For a limited time, we're doubling your reward for going green. Enroll in AutoPay between now and June 30th, and you get a one-time bill credit of not $5, but $10. AutoPay is the ultimate summer sidekick. It's simple and secure. With AutoPay, your payments stay on track while you stay on vacation. To learn more, call us at 1-800-392-3709 or visit quiver.com/autopay.
Old Monroe Lumber Company has the really big tools you need to get the job done right. Not only in the retail store, but in the rental area too. Bobcats, excavators, dingoes, and lift equipment, including a 65-foot boom lift, scissor lifts, and more. Need something a little smaller? Old Monroe Lumber Company rents saws, log splitters, jackhammers, water pumps, and dump trailers. Just about anything you need delivered to your job site. Take a look online at omlumber.com.
Finley Shoe Store is a local family and veteran-owned tradition in historic downtown Troy, Missouri, dedicated to serving the local community and providing great customer service. Their brands include Red Wing, Irish Setter, Works, Birkenstock, Brooks, Merrill, New Balance, Skechers, Thorogood, as well as Superfleet insoles, state-of-the-art 3D foot scanner to ensure you get just the right insoles for you. Finley Shoe Store providing men's and women's quality footwear in Lincoln County area since 1947. Finley Shoes, 636-528-8247.
Thanks for going live.
Well, welcome back, Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are live inside the Gateway Fiber studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. I am Sarge. Along with me in the studio, our resident referee, Mr. 123 Yeet, HD Daniels. And on the phone line with us, he is 1/3 of the Devils of War. He is all day. Aden Riley. Good morning, young Mr. Aden Riley. I really wish that Superfan was here to hear this because
he's missing it.
It really just, yeah, he's missing it. But the reason why I wish he was here because I know that would get under his skin. It's too bad he's not here.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't like the dog barking.
Too bad. So sad. Hey, let's get back into it real quick. We've got about 8 minutes before the top of the hour. Got to continue talking about Collision Course from last night's event at the Race Wrestling Arena. H.D. Daniels, you were a part of this match. You were refereeing in this match. We saw the debut of one young Mr. Ricky Rivera.
Yes, sir.
As he took on the NWA World League Junior Heavyweight Champion, the King himself, Raheem De La Suede.
King Raheem.
King Raheem. Now, of course, it wasn't for the championship, but man, if it were, woo, Katie bar the door, Ricky Rivera. He was on fire last night.
I think he had a really, really good debut. Really strong.
All day, Aiden Riley, I know that you've trained with this young man there at the Race Wrestling Arena on many occasions. What's your thoughts on Ricky Rivera?
Well, he actually surprised me. I'm not saying I didn't think that he was going to do as good, but for him to for him to almost, take it all the way to the King Raheem and almost put him down, I was thoroughly surprised, and it was like he was holding that in his back pocket the whole time, and he just wanted to show out on his debut, and he did. I'll admit, it was great. I think he got the King Raheem. I think he got him sweating for a second there. I think he had to dive deep down to his bag of tricks and pull up an ace out of his sleeve to have to get one over on Ricky.
For sure. I mean, Ricky Rivera came very close on a couple of different occasions of defeating King Raheem.
He got that figure 4 locked in.
He did
near the end, and I was,
I don't think I've seen that happen in the past to King Raheem with the figure 4 leg lock. He didn't know what to do at first. He was totally surprised by that maneuver.
Yep.
But we also saw an interaction between Jaden Dominic Rose and King Raheem, and it seems, I don't know, but it seems like we're going to get that championship match for the Junior Heavyweight Championship at next month's event, the Door to Destiny Rumble, June the 13th, between JDR and King Raheem H.D. Daniels.
That match is, if it's taking place, will be a banger.
I think so.
As they say.
It's one of those type of matches that, it could steal the show. It really could.
Mm-hmm.
It really could. And they're no strangers to each other. So it'll be quite an interesting matchup between them two. Now we get also to the next match that happened involving another one of the Devils of War, the leader of the Devils of War, Superstar Steve, as he was taking on self-proclaimed pound for pound the strongest man in World League Wrestling, Tobias Storm. And I gotta ask you all day, Aden Riley, why you did not come out with Superstar Steve last night?
I was just simply told not to. There was some things said to me from Steve after the match I had with Joe Jackson, after Joe Jackson stole the match from me, and he said he wanted me to stay in the back. So I don't know. He didn't want me out there. So.
But as that interview again was going on, he chastised you for not being out there.
I'm just going by what he's saying. So whatever he said afterwards, I don't know. I was just told that I was to stay in the back because he said he didn't want me to be around him because he was so disappointed that Joe Jackson had somehow, some way, beat me. I don't know how still. But.
Well, the problems and the anger compounded because Tobias Storm, unfortunately for Superstar Steve, was able to come out with that win last night, H.D. Daniels.
As Superstar Steve tends to do.
As Superstar Steve tends to do. Lose?
My fault.
Oh, golly.
No, I thought
golly.
I remember I said I wasn't quite paying attention. I thought you said that he won. I'm sorry.
No. Tobias Storm got the win.
Okay.
Against Superstar
I was backstage
Steve.
not watching that match, so I thought you said that he won.
Oh, that's right, because you had some things going on back there.
Made a fool of myself. I'm sorry.
Whew. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. And I know all day, Aden Riley, you're looking for an opportunity to get some retribution as well on Tobias Storm, because as we stated earlier, he's the main catalyst that caused you guys to lose both the tag team championships and the #1 contenderships. Are you there?
No, sorry, I just got so mad.
Sorry.
If I ever get a chance at Tobias, I just know he's gonna feel the wrath and retribution of the full force of all day Aden Riley, because he stuck his nose where he didn't need to stick it, and we lost our titles because of it. And he's running around like he's done nothing wrong, like he's some crowd favorite or something, and they eat it up, and I don't understand why, because
we've also got to talk about the main event from last night's collision course. And I think we're going to do that in the second hour, H.G. Daniels and All Day Aden Rally, because we only have about a minute and 15 seconds before the top of the hour news. But what I do want to let everybody know is keep your eye on World League Wrestling's Facebook page. Keep your eye on HarleyRace.com, because tickets are going to be going on sale very, very soon for the Door to Destiny Rumble, which is going to happen on June the 13th next month. But right now, tickets are on sale for an event that's going to happen in Lathrop, Missouri for the Lathrop Friendship Festival.
Yes.
And we've got a show not only on Friday night, but on Saturday night, May the 29th and May the 30th coming up.
We have a double header coming up.
A double header.
Can't wait.
It's going to be doggone awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very cool. And then, like I said, 2 weeks later, the event at the Door to Destiny Rumble. I mean, we are in some big times right now for World League Wrestling.
World League Wrestling is
showing up and showing out.
Losing adjectives this morning. I'm sorry.
I know,
but yeah, we are.
Hey, it's all good.
On the upswing. I don't know.
On the upswing, but right now, it's the top of the hour. So let's get to the news, and then afterwards, we'll be back with hour number 2.
A yeet.
Fox News update. President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu set to speak today. Sources indicate the two military action against the Iranian regime. Fox's Trey Yanks.
These sources say Iranian officials are looking at the World Cup and America's 250th anniversary as a backstop that could work in their favor. Tension remains high across the Middle East as the region waits to see if the war will resume in the days ahead.
Sources also say Iranians may think they can drag out the current stalemate for at least 2 weeks. Incumbent GOP Senator Bill Cassidy lost in the Louisiana primary yesterday. Fox's Chenley Painter.
Trump-backed Congresswoman Julia Letlow and State Treasurer John Fleming will now face off in a runoff on June 27th. Incumbent Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy finished third in the Republican primary, ending his bid for re-election.
America's listening to Fox News.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
I'm Susan Lee, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Microsoft shares are up more than 1.5%. Bill Ackman's Pershing Square Investment Fund is purchasing a stake in Microsoft. He says the price of the shares right now is highly attractive. Boeing shares, though, down more than 2.5%, even though President Trump says China will buy 200 Boeing jets with the potential to purchase up to 750. If finalized, the orders would mark Boeing's first major sale in China in nearly a decade. Chip maker Cerebras shares down 6%. The stock jumped 68% yesterday on its first day of trading. Stocks are sharply lower today, though the Nasdaq and S&P closed at records yesterday, and the Dow closed back over the 50,000 mark. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Posola, invested in you.
Most investments today feel like second jobs. Real estate, you're a landlord. Stocks, you're a day trader. Crypto, you're a full-time researcher. You've got a life to live. Your investment should help you live it. That's why more Americans are choosing gold. Noble Gold has helped thousands protect their future with real physical gold. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com to get your free wealth protection kit. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision. People are talking about Don Julio's Mexican restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. Setting the standard for authentic Mexican food and great drinks. Carry out or dine in 7 days a week at both great locations. Stop in or order online for carryout at donjulioswinfield.com or donjuliostroy.com. Don Julio's Mexican restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. And don't forget, buy one, get one free on Wednesday in Troy and on Monday in Winfield. That's Don Julio's Mexican restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. Veteran owned and operated. Bringing great authentic Mexican food home to Lincoln County. Hasta pronto!
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
In the NBA, ESPN reports that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder has won his second consecutive NBA Most Valuable Player award. In the NFL, Aaron Rodgers agreed to a one-year deal to remain with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going into the final round of the PGA Championship, Alex Smalley at 6 under par overall has a two-shot lead over John Rahm. Rory McIlroy, Xander Schauffele, and Patrick Reed are all 3 shots back. In Game 6 of the NHL's Eastern Conference semifinals on Saturday night, the Buffalo Sabres won at Montreal 8-3 to force a Game 7. And in Major League Baseball on Saturday night, the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Angels in Anaheim 15-2 on 5 RBI from Shohei Ohtani. Casey Schmidt runs with a giant 6-4 win over the Athletics.
From the Meyer Auction and Real Estate Weather Center, here's your updated KYRO forecast. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times this afternoon, with daytime highs approaching 89. Partly cloudy skies again. Tonight, lows dip down to about 71. Thunderstorms likely. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 87. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Right now, it's 77 degrees. That's the latest from News Radio KYRO. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Jennifer Wojcicki. And the mics are going live. Welcome back in hour number 2 of Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are live inside the Gateway Fiber studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. HD Daniels. We are also live on our Facebook stream and our YouTube. Folks can interact with us in the chat rooms of both of those. You are monitoring the YouTube. I am monitoring Facebook.
I am on there.
We also have a channel on the X, or formerly known as Twitter.
Yes, I am tweeting at UW Talk KYRO.
Very cool. And we also have a channel on the Discord.
We're on Discord, posting links for Discord all over the internet today.
Nice. We've got that link up in the Facebook chat room.
I'll do it right now.
Okay. Sounds good. Hey, join us because every day of the week there's some sort of wrestling event going on. And myself, Superfan, or HD Daniels, and sometimes a combination, and sometimes all 3 of us are up in there conversing about what's going on real time. And you can jump in there and discuss with us exactly what's going on every single time.
Every day.
Every day. Hey, Collision Course last night, Race Wrestling Arena. You were the referee, HD Daniels, for the main event of the evening.
I was.
The astonishing one, Austin Mulitalo, with a partner that we did not know who it was going to be up until maybe a day before, going up against the manager of champions, Aaron Stevens.
Yep.
And Carson Drake, the former world television champion of the NWA and NWA World League heavyweight champion, former.
Yes.
Finding out that Austin Mualitalo's partner was none other than one half of the WLW Tag Team Champions, Trevor Murdoch. Wow. What a match that was.
Yeah, that was kind of a surprise, wasn't it?
It was a major surprise. It was a major surprise. And we didn't find out until, what was that, Friday?
Right.
Because we saw on the Facebook page of World League Wrestling, Carson Drake and Aaron Stevens making their way into the race wrestling arena because they had heard that Austin Mualitalo's partner was there training a little bit, and they wanted to get a first-hand glimpse of who it was going to be. And I think they were taken aback a little bit by the fact that it was Trevor Murdoch that was up in that ring. And what was wild to me was, with Carson Drake, he loves to do that laugh, right?
That laugh.
That laugh. And it was given right back to him.
Yeah.
Both Aaron Stevens and Carson Drake, with Trevor Murdoch laughing in their face, basically. Man, that was a hard-hitting match last night.
It was. It was chaotic. It started with, a typical Aaron Stevens introduction. It had everything. That match had everything.
Which seemed to go on and on and on. I mean, I believe it was Carson Drake. Yeah, I think it was Carson Drake, who even disparaged Aaron Morris because she was doing the ring announcing last night.
Unfortunately, yes.
Man. Whew. Can't wait till next week till we can get to speak with Erin Morris and find out what her thoughts were when all of that was transpiring. All day, Aden Riley, your thoughts on that main event last night, main event tag team match between Mualitalo and Murdoch and Stevens and Drake.
Yeah, I mean, you already said it. It was hard-hitting. It was awesome. I loved it. It was violent. It was great. I wanted to be in it. Like I love those matches. It makes you feel alive.
Makes you feel alive, says All Day Aden Riley HD Daniels.
I think that go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just saying, I think that Carson and Aaron, I think they come in, I think they bit off a little bit more than they could actually chew.
A little bit of history from last night, because it was the first time in a very, 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 very long time that Aaron Stevens donned the tights to get into the ring.
That match had almost everything in it that makes you a wrestling fan. It had the return of Aaron Stevens, Damian Sandow to the ring, which was really special. And it had bad guys, good guys. It had, sneak attacks. I had to get involved.
You did have to get involved.
Break up a illegal submission. Had everything. It was a great match. It was fun.
Austin Mualitalo, Trevor Murdoch coming out as the victors in that particular match. Mm-hmm. Now, I can't, with this one, I can't let everything out of the bag. But we mentioned earlier in the first hour, and All Day Aden Riley, you also had said something about this. The Deliverer Moses in the back, yelling and screaming and all that. I got to tell everybody that I was doing an interview with the astonishing one, Austin Mualitalo, and the Deliverer Moses got involved in that interview. And if you want to see what happened, you're going to have to keep your eye on World League Wrestling's Facebook page and the TV show, World League Wrestling Showdown, to see exactly what transpired in the back. And Mama Bear, Sherry Harley, in the Facebook chat room saying, loved when HD caught them cheating and put the boot to it.
I had to.
What did you do? I missed that part.
Carson and Damien were doing the abdominal stretch to Austin.
Right.
And there's a little bit of, you can see on the video, I'm reaching behind me. Carson and Aaron were strengthening the move together.
Right.
And I caught them.
You caught them.
Caught them, and I had to kick them apart.
So you see, all day David Riley, H.D. Daniels knows what he's doing. He does catch things when things are going on.
Well, when you stare right at him.
For some reason, I knew he was going to have that bit of a comeback.
Yeah, you know, what can I say? I can't please everyone.
But you had a sense. You had a sense that something was going on. And of course, when that's going on, when you get those spidey senses running, you got to make sure that everything's on the up and up.
So out of the corner of my eye, I saw Aaron with his hand out. What, you know, this happened multiple times. You know, I had to berate him the first time I saw it. But then afterwards, I had to get involved when they kept doing it.
Interesting things. You know, right now, you can get tickets at harleyrace.com for Friday, May the 29th, Saturday, May the 30th, as WLW will be having, as you put it, a double header going on at the Lathrop Friendship Festival. We're going to have shows both of those nights. Again, get your tickets now. They're going fast, very, very fast. You don't want to be on the outside looking in, wondering what's going on, because anything, we've seen it before, H.D. Daniels, anything can happen at a WLW event.
At the last live event when we traveled, we've got new tag team champions. I'm sorry to bring it up.
Ooh, sorry about that all day, Aden Riley. Ooh. And you see, you're doing it again.
I couldn't help it. That one just came out.
You're doing it again. You're pulling a super fan. And then, of course, Door to Destiny Rumble. Keep your eyes peeled to harleyrace.com for when those tickets go on sale. That's an event also that you do not want to miss. The winner of the Door to Destiny Rumble, as we have seen in the past, will get a shot at the NWA World League Heavyweight Championship, which is currently being held right now by the Grand Regent, Camaro Jackson. And I know Aden Riley doesn't care for him very much, but H.D. Daniels, what a champion. Carson Drake on the brain. What the Grand Regent has been. 2 reigns so far with that championship, and he's killing it.
He is a wonderful hero type champion. He's great to be the face of our company at this time.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. I'm going to ask him, all day Aden Riley, your thoughts on the Grand Regent Camaro Jackson being a 2-time NWA World League Heavyweight Champion, and your thoughts on the upcoming Door to Destiny Rumble.
I tell you, the thing about Camaro is that dude's a beast. I have come across that man inside the ring, and let's just say, I didn't come up on top and come out with a victory because, well, that dude's a specimen. That dude's massive. So, but no, it's good. I'm glad. It's great for him. But just like we've said about Cameron and myself and Mike, he's got a target on his back, and everybody's clamoring to come after him. But the Door to Destiny Rumble, I don't know. Maybe I might throw my hat in there. Maybe I might just see what's up.
Are you declaring your entrance as of now into the Rumble?
I would like to. I would say that I will and I can. But I'd have to get a confirmation first. But I declare, I would say that, yeah, I have the confidence that, yeah, I'll probably be in it. You might see me in it.
Well, why don't you just go ahead and throw your hat in the ring then, right here, right now. You know.
No, right. You want me to just declare it? Because I'll declare it. I'll just go ahead and say that I'm going to enter that door to Destiny Rumble. And you know what? It doesn't matter where I enter. It could be 1 or it could be 20. I'm just going to go ahead and win it. Plain and simple.
You heard it here. You heard it here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk, straight from the mouth of All Day Aden Riley. He is throwing his name into the door to Destiny Rumble, and he looks to win to get a shot at the championship at Harley's Crown, the NWA World League Heavyweight Championship. Man, that'll be an interesting situation if All Day Aden Riley can capture the victory in that one and go up against Camaro Jackson.
I think a lot of people would want to see that match.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and turn our attention to a little card that's going to happen next Saturday night. Of course, I'm talking about WWE's Saturday night's main event, which you'll be able to watch on the Peacock Network. As far as
they're going back to.
Well, the Saturday night main events are on NBC's Peacock.
All right.
They are still carrying those. Right now, as it stands, we only have 3 matches that have been announced for this card so far, and I'm guessing, an educated guess here, that throughout the week this week, maybe we might get 1 or 2 more matches added to this card. But right now we have 3, and one of those matches, it will be for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. It'll be Penta defending that title, going up against All Ego Ethan Page, HD Daniels.
What's your opinion of Ethan Page so far on the main roster?
So far, you know, I think he's done pretty doggone well for himself.
Think so?
I do. I really do.
I'm having trouble getting into it.
Why? Why is that?
There's no, like, I understand it's his character, but he's I don't know, he's missing aggression, or he's missing, I have found nothing to buy into him thus far.
Ooh.
He's just kind of, okay, you're here, and 1 week you're teaming with Rusev to get the 1-up on Penta, and then the next week you're arguing with Rusev about who deserves to be Intercontinental Champion. And
then backing down from Rusev as well at the same time.
Right. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't get it.
I really thought we were going to get a 3-way between Penta, Ethan Page, and Rusev.
What's going on with Rusev? I'm more interested in pushing Rusev further than what he is than anything with Ethan Page.
Right.
I want Rusev to be part of the title hunt. I want Rusev to be the next Sheamus, something like that.
Ooh.
Just a brawler, just a big brute.
Interesting. Well, who do you think is going to pick up the win in this one? Penta or All Ego Ethan Page?
I don't think it's time for Ethan Page to win yet. I think it'll continue. I think the rivalry will continue. There's this thing on Saturday night's main events where not a lot happens.
I've noticed that too over the last several nights.
It's become a cliche. Nothing really happens on Saturday night's main events.
I think this one's going to be a little different.
Okay.
But with the interactions that Rusev has had over the last several weeks with Ethan Page, even tag teaming with Ethan Page, going up against Ethan Page, in multiple different scenarios, Rusev is not a happy camper about not being involved in the title picture right now. And I think, and I do believe that Penta is going to come out as the victor in this, and he will retain the championship. However, I think that Rusev may just stick his nose in this.
He might, but if he does, whose side is he going to be on?
Maybe he attacks both of them.
Maybe he does. And again, it'd be a non-finish on a premium live event.
Maybe the scenario might be something along the lines of Penta and Ethan Page are on the outside going at it. Maybe after, I hate to say it, but the referee gets knocked down.
You never know.
Rusev comes in and attacks both of them, then throws them both back into the ring, and it just so happens that when he throws Penta back in after Ethan Page, the arm gets draped over somehow, some way, over Ethan Page.
Sure.
And then you get the 1, 2, 3.
I think refs have been getting hit far too often in WWE lately.
I was going to ask you about this. And I'm gonna hold off on that one just for a second.
No problem.
Because I want to get All Day Aden Riley's prediction on this particular match. Aden, who do you think is going to come out the victor in this one? Penta retaining the Intercontinental Championship, or All Eagle Ethan Page capturing it?
It's a good one. It's a toss-up because Ethan Page wants it back, but Penta has the champion's edge. If I had to, it's almost like a flip of a coin, really, but if I had to say, I think the champion retains.
Okay. Now, HD Daniels.
Hi.
You were talking a moment ago about the referees in WWE and getting knocked down and, manhandled sometimes. What's going on with the referees in WWE?
Well, it has to do with the bloodline, because every single bloodline match has to have a referee involvement of, what's the word? They just keep getting hit. I don't know. Every Roman Reigns match, the referee has to fall down, get squished, get slammed, get knocked out of the ring. It's a bloodline thing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, to be honest, it seems like the referees all around, not just with the bloodline, but in many different scenarios.
In WWE, though, it's typically the main event every time, and who's in the main event?
Well, yeah, I see your point. I do see your point. Interesting things.
AEW does it too. I'm not saying they don't.
Yeah. The World Tag Team Championships will be on the line as The Vision, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory will defend those championships against Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits, HD Daniels.
I don't know where to go on this one, but since it's Saturday night's main event, I'm going to say nothing happens and the Vision wins. But I don't know what's going on with the Profits. I don't know if those in control want to take the titles off Logan Paul.
Well, they have had some serious interactions also with Seth freaking Rollins.
Right. Something's going on there.
Do you see Seth Rollins getting involved in some way, shape, or form?
So if he does, it would be one of those, like, he's trying to help the Profits win because he wants the Vision to lose, but he'll inadvertently cause a disqualification or something like that, and the Vision will retain.
All Day Aden Riley, a former tag team champion yourself. You kind of know what it takes to defend championships. Who do you see coming out as the victor in this one? Logan Paul and Austin Theory, the Vision, or the Street Profits?
That's a good question too, because the Street Profits, they're finally, getting things back together and on a tear. But I think the Vision, man, is good. You gotta give respect where it's due. And there's a lot of celebrities that you call them that come in here and they just want the exposure. But Logan Paul, we said it millions of times, but Logan Paul, he put in the work and he looks great. And him with Austin Theory, they're a pretty good tag team. So I think the champions are also going to retain. I think it's another victory for the champions.
Okay.
I actually enjoyed Logan Paul and Austin as a tag team. I think they fit well.
I think you're right. I think they do fit well. And then having Paul Heyman in their corner, I think that helps them tremendously.
Oh yeah, totally.
And then with Braun Breaker back now, look out, because you never know when he's going to show up. And if Seth Rollins sticks his nose in, you know Braun Breaker's going to be right back down there as well.
Right.
It could turn into a Donnybrook. It could
an old-fashioned Donnybrook.
An old-fashioned Donnybrook. But I'm along the same kind of wavelengths as you guys. I think that the Vision will retain those WWE World Tag Team Championships as well. And that's another sweep right there. When we come back, we're going to talk about the ladies' 6-man tag team that's going to go on Saturday night's main event. But right now, we've got to take our first break of the second hour. It'll only be 59 seconds long. Let's get to it and get back right after this.
Welcome to MegaNet. For slow internet, press 1. For indifferent customer service, press 2. For confusing pricing, press 3. For extremely long wait times, stay on the line. For 87th in line, 85th in line, 87th in line, 85th in line, 85th in line.
Where there was frustration, now there's satisfaction.
Hello, this is Helen at Gateway Fiber. How may I help you?
Isn't it time you refreshed your internet provider? For more information, visit gatewayfiber.com.
Finley Shoe Store is a local family and veteran-owned tradition in historic downtown Troy, Missouri, dedicated to serving the local community and providing great customer service. Their brands include Red Wing, Irish Setter, Works, Birkenstock, Brooks, Merrill, New Balance, Skechers, Thorogood, as well as Superfleet insoles, state-of-the-art 3D foot scanner to ensure you get just the right insoles for you. Finley Shoe Store, providing men's and women's quality footwear in Lincoln County area since 1947. Finley Shoes, 636-528-8247.
As I said, 59 seconds. That's all it takes. And we are back live in the Gateway Fiber studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. I am Sarge. He, my co-host, is our resident referee, Mr. 123. Yeet.
I got Yeet here as tribute in Tim's chair.
Oh. Of course, HD Daniels here. And on the phone with us, he is 1/3 of the Devils of War all day. Aden Riley. Good morning, good sir. There we go. There he is. He's back. He's back. Hey, we've got a 6-woman tag team match coming up on Saturday night's main event. It'll be Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss taking on Michin, B-Fab, and the returning Jade Cargill, HD Daniels. What do you think about this one?
I think there was skepticism of what Jade Cargill could do. I think WrestleMania squashed all those doubters, I'll say. I'm bad on the adjectives today. I'm looking forward to... I usually don't look forward to 6-person tag team matches, but this one... I'm looking forward to the dynamic between Charlotte, Alexa, and Rhea versus the faction of Jade Cargill and friends.
You know, we have seen now for quite a long time, I think it's been about 7 or 8 months, of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss teaming together. We've seen interactions with Rhea Ripley with that tag team over the last couple of months or so. Do you feel like that has run its course?
The tag team itself?
Yeah, and maybe Charlotte Flair needs to get back into singles competition?
Yeah, I thought it ran its course when they did not, I thought it ran its course before WrestleMania, before they made the Fatal 4-Way. I thought we were going to get a singles match of those two at Mania, which I would have preferred more than being part of the tag team match. I think they could put on a great singles match.
Charlotte Flair, 14 times women's world champion. I would love to see her be the one that breaks
Number 18.
number 8.
I would too.
I think she's the only one.
Her and
that could
Randy.
do it.
Her and Randy are the two choices.
I don't know. I mean, that ball kind of dropped for me when he did not win against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
But the hope is still there, Sarge.
You think it is?
Well, for you?
No, not for me.
You lost hope?
I kind of lost hope.
All right.
The ball kind of dropped for me a little bit.
Okay.
On it. I mean, am I completely out on it? I'm not completely out on it, but the likelihood of Randy Orton doing it, you know, if you're looking at an even level here, Charlotte Flair, Randy Orton, with him losing to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, it kind of dipped him down some and raised up Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
Of being able to capture.
So if she loses her next title defense, whenever that happens, now they've both dipped.
They kind of come back to an even keel again. They kind of come back to an even keel. But if she were to get back into the women's title race, the singles women's title race, who do you think that she should go after? Should she go after Rhea Ripley? Or should she go after Liv Morgan? Because, and I ask that because every time that we see Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss and Rhea Ripley having those moments backstage in the ring, there still seems like there's a rift there between Flair and Ripley.
First you have to decide, is Charlotte going to be a heel or a babyface? Which direction would you like to see Charlotte go?
You know, I hate to say this. I really do. But she seems to get things done when she's a heel.
That would answer your own question then. She's not going after Liv Morgan.
But we've seen heel versus heel before. We've seen baby versus baby before.
If you put Charlotte,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen, but you put Charlotte against Liv, I mean...
Of course, you've got to contend with the other Judgment Day members.
You do.
Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez.
Yep. I think you answered your own question, though.
I think you might be right. Possibly. It could be. But who do you have winning in this 6-woman tag team match?
Most likely Jade Cargill's team because she lost at WrestleMania.
You're thinking since Jade Cargill lost at WrestleMania, she's going to pick up the win?
Well, if she loses again, what does that do to her?
Well, see, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is Jade Cargill will be the one to actually get the pin in this particular 6-woman, and it will probably be on Rhea Ripley, which will set up her to get a shot at Rhea Ripley, maybe even at SummerSlam. Because
We're
SummerSlam's
still
right around
going
the corner.
Rhea versus Jade all summer.
You know, that's how they do things sometimes.
I know, it's a bummer.
So you think it should be somebody completely different?
Move on. We had the match. Move on. Someone else. Charlotte, you just said it.
I'm just asking. Just asking the questions.
Do Charlotte in Italy, and then I guess Jade interferes, and then we have a triple threat. That would be different.
It would be. It would be very different. All Day Aden Riley, 6-woman tag team matchup on Saturday night's main event. Who do you think is going to pick up the win? Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss, or Jade Cargill, Meechin, and B-Fab?
Ooh, I gotta go with the Rhea Ripley team.
Okay.
I gotta go with them. I think they got the experience with them. I think they've got the history on their side. I just think that they got the upper hand in this match.
You know, for the first time in a long time, H.D. Daniels, we're clean swept on our predictions on all of these matches so far.
That means it's predictable.
No, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. All Day Aden Riley, what are your thoughts on what we were talking about with Charlotte Flair getting back into the women's singles championship race?
Is she just chasing her dad at this point?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Is she just chasing her dad at this point to match his titles with the women's titles?
No, it's more of breaking John Cena. Because John Cena has 17 now.
Well, I know, fair, but she's always mentioned she's wanted to match her dad. But yeah, I guess with Cena being having the one more, then yeah, I guess theoretically you could say now, yeah, she's probably chasing Cena.
Well, I mean, I think personally that she's got a long time left to go in her career. So I think and see, that's another thing that I look at, HT Daniels, is with Randy Orton, we really don't know how much longer he's going to be going for.
Randy can go a while though. Whether he wants to. If Randy Orton wants to turn it on, he's the best in the world. He can still do it.
Well, I mean, it's been a month since WrestleMania when he went up against Cody Rhodes, and we have seen nothing.
I think we're trying
from
to
Randy Orton.
I think we're trying to wash the stink of McAfee off of Randy.
Ooh,
I think that's what.
Stink.
Oh yeah, I think we're trying to cleanse our palate, and when he comes back, maybe everyone has forgotten.
Hmm. Well, with that turn that he did before going up against Cody in that actual title match, do you see him staying on that track though?
Randy Orton as a heel is so much better, and everybody wanted it. It's hard to say.
It's one of those weird dynamics where yeah, everybody wanted Randy Orton to go back to being the old Randy Orton, but with him doing that, ain't gonna be there isn't going to be very many people that are gonna be booing him because of him going back to being
he got
the old
booed.
Randy
He
Orton.
got booed because McAfee was involved in so
exactly.
I don't know. I mean, we got Gunther and Cody right now. Where does Randy fit in with that? I don't know if he does at all.
With that being said, I know Clash in Italy isn't for a few more weeks.
Right.
But we saw Friday night on SmackDown, and we'll go ahead and transition to that. We saw in the main event of Friday Night SmackDown where Royce Keys went up against Gunther. Now, at the beginning of that night, Cody Rhodes was in the ring, had that contract, waiting on Gunther to come in and sign that contract, and Gunther playing games like he's been doing, refusing to sign it yet. I don't know what the holdup is here, but Royce Keys coming out and saying basically, if you're not going to sign it, I will. That's a bold move from Royce Keys, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to digest what's going on with Royce Keys at all. One, he's friends with Jacob Fatu.
They've got history.
They got history that isn't quite understandable. Like, why? Royce Keys is confusing to me, just like Ethan Page is confusing to me. He won the Andre. He's friends with Jacob, but Jacob's a heel. So, are we trying to...
Is Jacob a heel, though?
Well, is Roman a babyface?
Is he, though?
I think what you're asking is it would be a whole show's worth of conversation. 2 hours of what is a heel and babyface in 2026. I really honestly do. I think Roman is a babyface and Jacob's the heel. Jacob is the one beating Roman to a pulp, strangling him, and also just look at the crowd. When Roman comes out, all the ones go in the air.
True.
So I think by definition, Jacob is a heel. Royce Keys is a babyface. They're friends. Are we trying to establish sympathy for Jacob Fatu when he talks to Royce Keys in the back? Solo is definitely a heel. Solo versus Royce Keys. Royce Keys is all over the place. I don't know what we're doing with. It's weird. It's really weird. No?
Well, I mean, what else are you going to do with Royce Keys?
Just have him in matches?
Kind of do like on SmackDown what they're doing with Obafemi on Monday Night Raw.
I don't know if I want Royce Keys in squash matches. I hate squash matches.
Sure.
I hate them. They do nothing. Which is another conversation. I hate what they're doing with Obafemi. It's a waste of time.
Wow.
I don't know. Just have him fighting. Put him in with Trick Williams. Start a rivalry with Trick Williams.
Well, Gunther and Royce Keys having that altercation at the beginning of SmackDown. Nick Aldis coming out saying, you know what, we're going to have a match between Gunther and Royce Keys, and the winner would get Cody at Clash in Italy. And Royce Keys, he went toe-to-toe with Gunther, who retired three future WWE Hall of Famers in essence. One of them's already been put in.
He should have retired Asuka.
Whoa, that's a left turn.
Hashtag joke.
But he's done that in a 6-month time frame, and those two behemoths exchanged power moves with equal success in that match. Keys' fortitude and durability were highlighted in the closing sequences of it. Keys gritted through Gunther's signature sleeper hold not once but twice. The second time, Solo Sikoa arrived to encourage Royce. Keys powered out of that sleeper, knocking down Gunther, and inadvertently the referee, as I was talking about, the referees were getting knocked down all over the place in WWE. Then Solo Sikoa slid a chair into the ring and wanted Keys to level Gunther with it, but Keys kind of faked doing that chair shot and just throttled that chair right into Solo Sikoa's face,
right,
as he was standing on the apron. But that distraction gave Gunther the opening to finish Keys with that patented power bomb he does, and he gets the 1, 2, 3. So it will be Gunther facing Cody Rhodes. But after that match was over with, Rhodes jumped down there and sprang up behind Gunther and dropped him with a crossroads right in the middle of the ring. Your first thoughts right now, I mean, we're not going to make the full prediction right now, but your thoughts on this Cody Rhodes Gunther matchup that we're going to get.
No one has, I hope they go there, but no one's talking about the match that these two already had at the Night of Champions.
The champion versus champion match.
Crown Jewel Championship.
Crown Jewel Championship.
Cody narrowly escaped, but he did beat Gunther. Is Gunther? I don't know if Cody's gonna lose. I don't see them doing that right now. So Gunther's gonna lose twice to Cody. There's probably gonna be some shenanigans to keep Gunther strong in that match.
Yeah,
I would think. I doubt he'll lose clean.
All day, Aden Riley, what's your thoughts on Royce Keys, Gunther, Cody Rhodes situation that's going on?
Well, we're just going to have to see what happens. I mean, I'm just finally glad they're using Royce Keys and not just have him debut and then leave him off TV for a couple months.
Well, it was weird. I give you that. It was weird for him to debut in January at the Royal Rumble, and then basically 4 months of then nothing.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't know what that was all about, because I mean, they presented him at the Rumble, like they was about to just use him pretty consistently, and then he just disappeared. But it just all depends. So now he's back in the picture. I don't know if he might make a statement. He might go over. I don't know. That's going to be an interesting situation there.
Very much so. And also, H.G. Daniels, for the last couple of weeks, we have seen Solo Sikoa trying to recruit Royce Keys to come be a part of his, I guess it's still the MFT, My Family Tree.
It's something.
Royce Keys does have history with some of the bloodline, or former now bloodline members.
Yep.
You still got to call him a bloodline member. Speaking of Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Even though he threw that chair in Solo Sikoa's face on Friday night, what are your thoughts of Royce Keys possibly still deciding to join MFT.
I don't think there's any chance he's going to join. I was asking a few minutes ago, what is the path for Royce Keys? It's a feud with Sol Sokoa for, I don't know the reason, just to have a grudge. That's where they're going. Bragging rights of what, though?
Just who's better than the other.
I beat you, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, with that,
at least it's not a fight for a lantern.
Well, this is true. This is true. Well, we possibly maybe never see that ever again. But in that, he's going to get more than likely. I mean, more matches with Tama Tonga.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a match between Royce Keys and Tama Tonga. I think that would be a very good match.
I need to care about the MFTs. I have never once cared about anything they do.
What can they do?
I don't know.
What can they do for you to care about the MFTs?
It's difficult because even when they were the tag team champions, I was just like, I don't care about them. I don't know what. They got to do something. I'm out of ideas for them. What about you? Do you care about them? I know you care about the Gorillas of Destiny.
I absolutely 100% care about the Gorillas of Destiny. I'm still very upset that they let Tongaloa go. Man, and JC Mateo for that matter. The Gorillas of Destiny were never really given their chance.
Nope.
Not once. Mm-mm. They were tag team champions, but with other members of the MFT.
And it was just like I don't know. Even they had those titles and I just checked out. I don't know.
I just don't know. Hey, we've got our last break here for the second hour right now. We're going to take it. It's only going to be a couple minutes. And we'll be right back with the rest of Uncensored Wrestling Talk, hour number 2, here on the radio. News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO.
Yeet.
People are talking about Don Julio's Mexican restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. Setting the standard for authentic Mexican food and great drinks. Carry out or dine in 7 days a week at both great locations.
Where do you want to go next?
Stop in or order online for carry out at DonJuliosWinfield.com or DonJuliosTroy.com. Don Julio's Mexican restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center.
Okay.
And don't forget, buy one, get one free on Wednesday in Troy and on Monday in Winfield. That's Don Julio's Mexican restaurant in the Winfield Plaza and Don Julio's Taco Express at number 3 Troy Center. Veteran owned and operated. Bringing great authentic Mexican food home to Lincoln County. Hasta pronto.
Operating Engineers Local 513, proud to support the Mizzou Tigers, St. Louis Blues, Kansas City Chiefs, and local high school sports on News Radio KYRO. The Local 513 training program at Highway 61 and F is now accepting apprenticeship applications to build your future. Motor grader, backhoe, crane operation, and maintenance programs earn college credits and employment as an operator. Visit the Local 513 training program website at IUOE513.com and start building your future today.
The Wrecking Crew. What do you guys do here?
We recycle. Our typical business is picking up stuff that nobody else can get.
People may have a lot of money laying in their property and they just don't realize it.
They do. A lot of money sometimes, and not where you would think it would be.
Where are you located?
Troy, Winfield, Vandalia, Missouri. We do boxes, trailers. We cut stuff up on site. We do insurance work. Farmers, if you have a burnt building or wind damaged building or grain bin, that's our specialty.
How'd they get a hold of you?
Call me personally or call the office.
The Wrecking Crew. 636-462-1727.
Welcome to MegaNet. For slow internet, press 1. For indifferent customer service, press 2. For confusing pricing, press 3. For extremely long wait times, stay on the line. You're 87th in line, 85th in line, 87th in line, 85th in line, 85th in line.
Where there was frustration, now there's satisfaction.
Hello, this is Helen at Gateway Fiber. How may I help you?
Isn't it time you refreshed your internet provider? For more information, visit gatewayfiber.com.
Finley Shoe
30
Store is a
seconds.
local family and veteran-owned tradition in historic downtown Troy, Missouri, dedicated to serving the local community and providing great customer service. Their brands include Red Wing, Irish Setter, Works, Birkenstock, Brooks, Merrill, New Balance, Skechers, Thorogood, as well as Superfleet insoles, state-of-the-art 3D foot scanner to ensure you get just the right insoles for you. Finley Shoe Store providing men's and women's quality footwear in Lincoln County area since 1947. Finley Shoes, 636-528-8247.
Welcome back in Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are live inside the Gateway Fiber studio of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Of course, we are also live on our Facebook and YouTube streams at the moment. Join us there if you'd like to interact with questions and comments for myself, HD Daniels, and also our special guest on the phone at the moment. He is all day. Aden Riley, 1/3 of the Devils of War. I was waiting for it. I knew it was going to happen eventually here. Hey, real quick, HD Daniels, before we get out of the radio side of things, we've got about 6 minutes or so left on the radio side of things. And if you are listening on the radio, after we get done at noon here on the radio, you can join us over on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to continue on for a little bit longer there. But let's jump into AEW Dynamite from Wednesday night, from this past Wednesday night.
I'd love to.
The Bucks, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, Cage, Cope, and Orange Cassidy going up against FTR, the Dogs, and Tommaso Ciampa.
AEW loves these 100-man matches.
They do. They do.
And they always end up being somewhat fun.
Yeah.
But usually not, saying not worth the time is harsh. But they don't really accomplish much other than a good time, which I guess is the point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was okay.
Well, everyone started brawling as soon as the bell rang.
Right.
Which is similar to how the last 10-man tag match started last week. As you would probably expect, if you know how AEW matches are structured, this was chaos from start to finish. A lot of what we saw was executed well, but knowing which members of each team were legal at any given time, really, HD, was a guessing game.
I feel for those referees over there. Any Young Bucks match, you don't know who's legal. I don't know if they care who's legal.
Well, it's true. The comedic moments were also spaced out, I think, appropriately in this matchup. And everyone, all 10 men in this match, brought a lot of energy to the ring. Some moments didn't land, but, they were few and far between. But Adam Copeland, getting the win for his team by pinning Connors of the Dogs.
Did you expect anything less? You got the Dogs in the match, or you got
the Dogs in
we
the
got
match.
We got a dog on the phone.
We got a dog on the phone.
And sorry, I got to do it. The Dogs keep losing.
The Dogs.
Even dogs on the phone.
Even the dogs. Oh!
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Oh my.
Couldn't help it.
Let's move on quickly. Speedball. Mike Bailey taking on a young man by the name of Westbrook. And they had a nice opening sequence, HD, but Westbrook kind of slipped when he was attempting something on those ropes. And Bailey, Speedball, he took quick advantage of that situation and picked up the win in about a 3-minute match in this one. And then almost as soon as that was over with, a surprise, a big surprise for me. I was pleasantly surprised. Kevin Knight been doing this TNT Championship Open Challenge situation, and Brian Cage was the one to come out and challenge Kevin Knight for that TNT championship. How excited were you to see Brian Cage back in the ring?
So here's the thing about Brian Cage. I love everything he does almost. I loved him in Lucha Underground. I loved him in TNA. He gets to AEW, and this guy, he's got Scott Steiner body with luchador style wrestling skills, and they do nothing with him. Nothing. He's back so that he can lose, just like Lance Archer.
Well, I mean, let's be fair a little bit. He has been out for quite a long time.
I know.
And has been out several times.
We know.
With injuries.
We know.
But do you think that was the wrong move of putting Brian Cage immediately into a championship match with Kevin Knight for his comeback?
Not necessarily, because they're going to use Brian Cage and his skills to get Kevin Knight more over. I know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Brian Cage is not a winner in AEW. He never has been.
Ooh.
He's not. He's in the...
Man, that's rough.
He's in the Don Callis family.
I mean, he did win. He did hold the FTW championship.
He did, but he wasn't in the Don Callis family then.
He is a member of the Don Callis family now. Maybe that'll change.
What do you do when you're in the Don Callis family? You lose.
Oh, goodness. Shots fired. Right here.
Takeshi Okada's the only one that wins, and he hardly wrestles.
Well, unfortunately, we've only got about 1 minute left here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk on the radio side of things. We are going to continue on the Facebook side, and I'm guessing All Day Aden Riley will be in the Facebook chat room as we continue going. But first, I want to say thank you to you, All Day Aden Riley, 1/3 of the Devils of War, for joining us here this morning on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. Are you there?
You are welcome. You are welcome. Thank you for having me.
Are you going to join us on the Facebook in the Facebook
I'll
room?
see you there.
All right, that sounds good. Hey, for HD Daniels, I am sorry saying thank you so much on the radio side. Hey, if you want to continue listening, jump on over to the Facebook and the YouTube channels. We're going to continue on for a little bit longer right here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. And until next Sunday, we'll have the full crew in next Sunday. But until then, hey, go watch some wrestling.
In the Heartland.
This Sunday, trade-offs.
All right, let's go ahead and turn on. Let's go ahead and stop the recording on the radio side of stuff. There we go. All right, let's continue talking about AEW Dynamite, shall we?
Let's do it.
We were talking about the TNT Championship Open Challenge, Brian Cage, Kevin Knight. The Machine's physique looked more defined than ever.
I follow him on the social medias, and he's been working hard to get even more cut.
Yeah, and he used his power to start throwing Knight around the ring almost right away. The Jet got in a little offense, but Cage countered a suicide dive and sent him crashing to the floor. That was pretty interesting. There we go.
I have high dreams for Brian Cage. He deserves so much better than what he's getting.
Well, you were talking a little bit about, he's got that Steiner look with lucha abilities. Cage is one of those powerhouses who works well with the smaller guys because he has more quickness and agility than you would expect. And so they had no problem making this a fun encounter between the two.
Never forget, Brian Cage put over Tessa Blanchard on her path to becoming world champion.
That's true.
Tessa Blanchard.
I forgot about that. That is very, very true. Well, unfortunately for Brian Cage.
Unfortunately, with a capital U.
Kevin Knight, the Jet, he did pick up the win in this one to retain his TNT championship. So where do we go next with Kevin Knight?
I don't know.
I guess we're just going to continue the open challenges.
We'll keep doing Yeah, we got two.
I would love to see a matchup between Tommaso Ciampa and the Jet, Kevin.
I feel like that's where they're going. No.
Okay.
Or Kyle Fletcher eventually. We'll see.
Will Ospreay taking on one of the members of the Bang Bang Gang, Ace Austin. But before we get into that match, you know, Will Ospreay training. It's weird. Training with the Death Riders.
So I still don't know. I don't know if anybody knows where we're going with this, and I honestly don't know if Will Ospreay should have even had a match yet until we can define what's going on. He had a typical textbook Will Ospreay match.
Yeah.
With Ace Austin. It wasn't even like a emotional conflict. Like, should I be a bad guy now? Like the Death Riders have been teaching me their ways of life. It was just not a bad match, but it was a Will Ospreay match.
Well, I mean, he was looking to put his Death Riders training to good use in this match against Ace Austin. Ospreay, to your point, Ospreay did shake the hands of Austin at the beginning of this one, so it kind of made you wonder which way are we going with this. The two high flyers kept things relatively grounded early on. They still used a quick pace, but most of what they were doing was more on the technical side of wrestling, which it surprised me a little bit.
Yeah.
Ace focused a lot of his attacks and submissions, and as well as he should have, on Ospreay's neck during that first half. But when we had returned from the break, the former IWGP champion had started to build some momentum against Ace Austin, and it was a very, for me, it was a very entertaining contest between the two that not only gave Ospreay a chance to show off, but also put Austin in a high-profile position without the rest of the Bang Bang Gang involved. The Gunn brothers and Juice Robinson. Ospreay won with an armbar instead of using his usual hidden blade or Stormbreaker, and Ospreay again shook his hand again to show some respect. And I found that interesting that he didn't use that hidden blade or the Stormbreaker to win that match. Then after the match was over with, Samoa Joe and the Ops came out to taunt him ahead of their upcoming Owen Hart tournament matchup between Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay. Anthony Bowens and Katsuyori Shibata walked to the ring because they were going to attack Ospreay. But then all of the Death Riders, every single one of them, came out and backed up Ospreay. And it backed down Shibata and Bowens.
Yeah.
I'm just really curious where we're going with this.
A fight over Will Ospreay.
A fight over Will Ospreay.
Right?
Does he become, I don't see it happen, but in your mind, do you see Will Ospreay becoming a full-fledged member of the Death Riders?
I see Will Ospreay learning the ways of the Death Riders so they can get the advantage over Moxley, learn his secrets, and then turn on them.
Okay.
I think that's what he's trying to do, but I don't know what they're doing with this ops business.
Interesting.
I don't get that part.
Well, we've seen over the last couple of weeks that Samoa Joe was trying to get Will Ospreay to walk away from the Death Riders and come over to the Ops. And because he didn't do that and hasn't done that, that's why Samoa Joe's not very happy.
Right.
And that's why he went ahead and sent Shibata and Bowens down to do a number on Will Ospreay ahead of their Owens Hart tournament matchup. But it'll be interesting to see how this goes forward. But this is one of the things that have kept me intrigued, is to see what's going on Dynamite. Same with you or not?
I am mostly intrigued by this story, more so than any other story. I want to know where Will Ospreay's going.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Triangle of Madness, Thekla, Julia Hart, and of course Sky Blue taking on the Brawling Birds and Hikaru Shida. You know, they've been Hikaru Shida's been teasing this, I guess you could call it a heel turn, for several weeks now. And after the Triangle of Madness lost by disqualification, because Thekla, you know, threw that, well, hit Jamie Hayter with that title, the women's championship. You know, the Triangle of Madness were beating up on the Brawling Birds, especially Hayter, and she didn't stick around to try and help. She walked away, which brought down Willow Nightingale, Thunder Rosa, and Mina Shirakawa. I wish they would go ahead and hurry up and pull the trigger on this. I wish Shida would just hurry up, use her kendo stick, whether it be on Chris Statlander or Mina Shirakawa or whomever.
They're kind of making me check out of this.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm
Like,
saying.
I don't know where Chris Statlander's going. One day she's a baby face with Willow Nightingale, and the next day she's wearing all black with Hikaru Shida.
One day she's upset with Hikaru Shida of what she's doing, and then the next minute she's not really.
Yeah.
She's indifferent to it, basically.
They're kind of making me check out of a lot with the women's division over in AEW.
Ooh.
I don't know where they're going with really anything right now.
Mm-hmm.
The matches are fine. They're all right.
Yeah. I mean, as a whole, still, I think the women are still killing it. They're still having awesome matches.
Yeah, nothing really against them. I'm just kind of confused with their direction. Harley Cameron, I don't know what's going on with her.
Yeah. Because she had just tagged with Mina Shirakawa not too long ago. And it made me wonder there as well why it wasn't Harley Cameron that came down with Willow Nightingale and Mina Shirakawa instead of Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa is just such a... Nothing happens with her. Like, why do you always do that when I tell the truth, Sarge?
He's stirring the pot.
I'm not stirring nothing. I'm just an observer. What's Thunder Rosa going to do for anybody?
That's a good question. I mean, she is a former AEW Women's Champion. She never technically lost that championship. I know she wants to get back into that race.
Oh, yeah.
And running down there with Thekla being a part of the Triangle of Madness and being the AEW Women's Championship, maybe she saw that as a chance to get her foot into the door, so to speak, with it all. We'll see what happens. We'll see what goes forward in the future with this one. Then for the main event of AEW's Dynamite, we were supposed to have seen Darby Allin defending the AEW the AEW Championship against Kazuchika Okada. But apparently Okada had some family stuff going on that he had to fly back to Japan for.
Is that what the dirt sheets are saying?
That's what everyone's saying.
Oh.
Even AEW has put that out.
And storyline, right.
No, there was actually some family stuff going on back in Japan that he had to fly back for.
Okay.
So taking his place, interestingly enough, was Konosuke Takeshita. Very interesting here. Darby Allin continuing his weekly title defenses on Wednesday by putting the world title up against Takeshita. Allin was giving up more size than usual to Takeshita, so the challenger quickly took control and started pushing the champion, or punishing the champion, I should say. Allen's whole thing is that he can take a whole lot of punishment and keep going, and Takeshita, he made sure to test his limits in a very, very physical match. You know, this one wasn't as bloody as some of the champ's most recent bouts, but it was violent in many other different ways, though, HD. And when those stairs were being used, ooh, they were cringeworthy moments. especially for Darby when he was landing on them.
I still enjoyed that match. What do you think?
I still enjoyed it as well.
Are you jumping on the Darby train yet?
I'm still watching the train.
Are you appreciative of his work since he's won the title? No? Why not?
I'm starting to come around a little bit.
Okay, why though? What's your problem with Darby?
If I could see, and it can't be just one, it's got to be a string, 2 or 3 matches, right, of where Darby Allin isn't taking as many high risks to where he could be broken in half at any second, I might get a little bit more behind it.
Is it going outside the ring that bothers you, or the stunts?
No, it's the stunts.
Okay.
It's all the stunts, and it's because of the fact that it's so excessive. It's excessive.
It is a lot.
There's a lot going on, and he doesn't know when to quit. He doesn't know when. To me, it just feels like he doesn't know when enough is enough, right?
Oh, no, he doesn't.
In this one, when Callis tried to interfere, and he did, Takeshita actually waved him off and said that he didn't want to win that way. He wanted to win on his own, and both men had some very close 2 counts before Darby Allin hit a pair of coffin drops, and it wasn't the only 2 coffin drops during this match that he hit, but he hit 2 of them right in a row to get that pin and get the win in what I thought was a great match all around. I thought it was a great match all around. Well, your final thoughts on that?
I enjoyed it very much. The German suplex off the top rope into the bridge. I've never seen that before. Have you?
No, never seen that before. But was it too much of a risk?
That's not for us to decide.
Now let's go ahead and turn our attention real quick, because we do have to get out of here very, very soon. To what you were talking about a little bit ago. Jacob Fatu, the Bloodline situation, opening up Monday Night Raw. We saw Raw General Manager Adam Pearce and Roman Reigns conversing about whether they should fire Jacob Fatu or not. Roman Reigns saying, no, I'm going to be the one that'll get rid of him, basically. And then at the end of the evening, when we saw Jacob Fatu finally arrive backstage, he had an encounter with Jimmy Uso. He took out Jimmy Uso on the way into the ring area. He wasn't planning on acknowledging Roman Reigns the entire time.
Everybody knew it. Wasn't going to happen. My first point is Roman doesn't carry his title with him in his personal life. Did you notice that when he showed up to Raw? He goes, "Where's my title?"
Where's my title?
And I was like, "What the heck are you talking about?" You tell
and
us.
And then Adam Pearce was like, "Where's his title?" And then all of a sudden, poof, it appears.
What a stupid! God, that was stupid. I couldn't. That took me out of the whole moment. I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Yeah. It kind of did that with me as well. I just put my head down, was just shaking about that moment. I mean,
he doesn't carry his title on the way home.
At least give the impression.
Yeah.
I mean, get out of the car with it, right? I mean,
I literally could not believe it.
I don't know.
Such a bum. Part-time bum.
But Jacob Fatu had said, Reigns was going to have to beat an acknowledgement out of him before continuing on his path to that ring after he had, took out Jimmy and everything. Fatu and Reigns, they exchanged some big shots until Reigns grabbed that steel chair from under the ring delivering shot after shot after shot to Jacob Fatu while demanding to be acknowledged. And had it been anyone else, I don't think anybody else would have gotten up from those chair shots. But he did. Jacob Fatu, you know, he also countered the spear, and he locked in that Tongan death grip before sending Reigns out of the ring. And Fatu continued attacking Reigns, screaming that Reigns had left him and his family broke. Wow, that's an interesting situation. How did Reigns leave his family broke?
They're not explaining any of this.
No, they're really not.
Why does Roman Reigns have the power to hire or fire anyone?
I mean, he even made mention when he was in those promos with CM Punk that he was the deciding factor of CM Punk coming back.
Like I said last week, I think it's foreshadowing of Roman the boss versus Rock the final boss.
That could happen.
I really think it is, but...
And that could happen in Saudi Arabia at WrestleMania.
Most likely, yes, but I just... They're not explaining why Jacob is going against the family. They're not explaining why Roman is in charge of... If Roman hates Jacob so much, why did he sign off on him joining the company? None of it makes any sense.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't make sense why Roman can speak after being destroyed with the Tongan death grip.
Yeah.
He shouldn't even be able to talk.
You really shouldn't be able to. A brief Reigns comeback was then cut off when Fatu again locked in the Tongan death grip before powerbombing Reigns through the commentary desk. And he again locked in that Tongan death grip. He keeps doing it over and over and over again. And, you know, WWE officials were attempting to get him to back down. Which was, and this was really weird, Fatu licking the championship belt.
Fatu's just weird.
As the show was getting ready to go off the air. And, you know, Fatu was walking up the walkway towards the back when he decided to turn around and full-on sprinted around the ring and took out Reigns and the Usos through that barrier where the ring announcers and the bell is and everything. And that's how Monday Night Raw actually ended.
And it destroyed all of my hopes and dreams of the Usos joining faction and turning on Roman. Because they finally took the beating from Jacob.
So you think with that happening, they are not going to join?
Why would they? They just got beat up, so why would they join up with Jacob?
Well,
my hopes and dreams have
maybe
been
they see that Roman Reigns has been taking all these beatings from Jacob Fatu, and yeah, Reigns got the win on Fatu the last time, but it was barely getting the win.
The only way it could work is if the Usos realize that there's a new sheriff in town and they have no choice. That would get me back invested, but it really, really destroys Jey Uso's main event competitive status.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Jimmy has always just been Jimmy, but Jey Uso is a world title contender getting beaten down like a dog. I hate it. I hate it for Jey Uso.
It makes two of us, honestly. I know super fans probably sitting back laughing about it all.
Right, he is.
You know, I kind of, like you, I kind of hate it. I kind of hate it. But at the same time, I was kind of in the same boat with you. I'd rather have where the Usos are with Jacob Fatu.
It would add some flavor.
It would. It really would. It would. It would change things up big time.
There's no flavor right now. It's tasteless.
It's tasteless. It's tasteless. H.D. Daniels,
hi,
our resident referee, Mr. 1, 2, 3, yeet.
Yeet. Yeet is in distress.
What else you got on your mind before we get on up out of here?
I think we've covered like everything this week.
I think we did.
What about you?
I think we've covered just about everything. Well, we went over Monday Night Raw, we went over AEW Dynamite, we went over Friday Night SmackDown, we went over last night's Collision course for World League Wrestling. Don't forget, we've got May the 29th and May the 30th, the Lathrop Friendship Festival coming up. Get your tickets at harleyrace.com
Got
for
my
that.
sunscreen ready.
Got your sunscreen ready. Those 2 evenings will start at approximately 7 o'clock, both Friday and Saturday, the 29th and 30th. Again, get your tickets. It's going to be a fun doubleheader. I've been trying to remember the last time that we did World League Wrestling, did a back-to-back show like this.
Not since I've been part of the company.
And I don't believe so with myself as well. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then of course also keep your eyes open on harleyrace.com for when the tickets go on sale. For June the 13th is gonna be the Door to Destiny Rumble. 20 participants gonna partake in that Rumble match. And the winner will get to face the NWA World League Heavyweight Champion, who at the moment is the Grand Regent, Camaro Jackson. It's going to be interesting to see who all is going to get put into that match, who all is going to declare for that match, and then who's going to come out the victor in that match. It's going to be very cool. H.G. Daniels, would you like to do the honors, my friend?
I shall.
For H.T. Daniels, our resident referee, Mr. 123 Yeet. And our special guest. Gotta say a special thank you to Aden, Aden Riley for joining us for the radio side of things for the full 2 hours. And for both of those gentlemen, we will be back next week here on Sunday morning with myself, with H.T. Daniels, with the Superfan, and Aaron Morris. But until then, hey, I got an idea. Go watch some wrestling.
A yeet.